One of my worst fears is turning into my mother in relationships. And I'm bringing this forward in, I believe this is day 6 of my video challenge. And I'm urging you guys to take a look at those fears, and it's now trauma in my heart chakra that I'm holding, that I need to release. And I'm asking you guys to take a look at where you fear becoming your parents, because those are the negative cycles that are being passed through the generations. And I want you to think about what your parents gave you, taught you, that's really serving you to be the person you want to be and where you want to go. And then also take a really deep look, and this takes some, you have to dig right into the heart, take a really deep look at what they taught you that isn't serving you and that has now became a cycle amongst the generations, because this generational trauma that we hold in our heart chakra gets passed through the generations. And it's when someone isn't looking at it that it continues on. So do it for your kids to heal this. And for me, I'm doing it for my mom. I'm going to heal it for my mom. And I'm going to heal it for me too. And what's happening is there's a cycle, right? So I guys really want you to look at it. And in my case, I'm going to share with you how I'm healing my heart chakra in this. It has to do with relationships. So I am terrified of having my mother and father's relationship. And once you realize this, you can begin to work on it. And because if you just ignore it and push it away, it creates a cycle. Like if you're not consciously going to work on it. So today I'm going to talk about how I'm going to talk about my mom's pattern, just so that I can release it. And the first step is awareness. So what I became very hyper aware of today in the last couple days is that my mother, and I've been talking to a lot of women about this too, and they know their mothers have did it too. My mother gave and gave and gave and gave so much that she gave herself away. And what do I mean by that? She totally disrespected herself. She would let people mistreat her. She would let, her partner mistreat her, my father. She would let her kids mistreat her. And she just gave and gave, and she gave so much of herself. And how do I know this? Because my mom didn't release my father until on her deathbed. And my mom did not value herself, and you can very much see her self-worth on how she allowed people to treat her. In fact, I now say that she allowed people to take her power away. She gave away her power. And that is the worst thing you can do. And how do I know she gave away her power? Not only by observing her, and see, I observed her for so many years, so I see these patterns. And how do I know she gave her power away? Because her cancer showed up in her solar plexus, right here. She had it right here. And that's in the solar plexus. And it was from giving her power away. Part of her cancer, there's many things that contribute to cancer, but from an energetic level, she did not put up her boundaries. She let people mistreat her. She just gave and gave and gave and gave. And part of my healing is forgiving myself for how I treated my mother too. And that's another thing, how I contributed to her power being taken away. And today I urge you, to not give away your power. And the second thing I urge you to do is take a deep look into your heart chakra trauma and your fears about your parents and how you're becoming them, because in there lies the negative cycles that it's time to break. And one of my favorite sayings, you guys, is it's not your fault you're fucked up, it's your fault you continue to be fucked up. So let's have some deep conversation about this. What is your fear? Put in the comments below, what are you fearing that you might turn out like your parents? And we'll have a conversation, we'll talk about this. I want to hear it. Let's have a conversation, okay? How are you turning out like your parents, or what do you fear? And the first step is awareness, and we'll talk. Thank you for joining in my video challenge to heal my heart chakra and just become my authentic self. You guys, it's painful, it's raw. Thank you for watching. Today I am working on my relationships, and how I will not have my parents' relationship. And it starts with healing that trauma and the generational cycle. Okay, put it in the comments below. I want to hear. Mwah! Until next time.